Welcome back to the channel, guys. This one's going to be slightly different. So we've literally just touched down into Japan. Excuse the jet lag. It was a 13-hour flight, but we've literally touched down and we've arrived at our first destination, the Fuji Speedway Hotel. Those of you that are familiar with it will know it's literally right next to the Fuji Speedway circuit. So what we're going to be doing in today's video is basically taking you through, showing you just why this hotel is so amazing and showing you some of the cool things behind it. So with that said, let's take a walk inside and show you what's what. So literally as you walk in, you get this really impressive display up front. So it's actually using used car parts, so they've come off all real cars, and it just gives you a glimpse of what's to come. This hotel is absolutely themed around everything to do with cars. Then over on the left is actually the Fuji Motorsports Museum. So that's a really awesome museum. It's actually included at a discount price, but we'll get onto that towards the end of the video. Then you've got this centerpiece of the Toyota race car mounted side on. Really cool stuff, and some of the attention to detail which I'll touch on in this video. Look at these nuts and bolts. Rather than just use stones and pebbles, they've actually used actual nuts and bolts from race cars that have taken part on the Fuji Speedway circuit. So really cool stuff. And then over on the right hand side, you've got this wire artwork. So it actually shows you the different evolution of the race tyres over the different generations. Then as you go up the escalator heading towards the main reception of the hotel, you'll actually see the other floors of the Fuji Motorsport Museum. Again, I'll touch on this in a little bit. Then you'll notice this almost like seamlessly floating sculpture. So it's very Japanese origami style. And actually it's a outline of the race circuit. So it's pretty hard to see, but each bend is effectively the bend on the race circuit, and the different twists are the actual G-forces occurred by the race drivers. As you get to the top of the escalator and turn left, you've got your gift shop / cafe area. So this is really cool. If you're not staying at the hotel, you can actually pop in here, grab some souvenirs, actually grab a bite to eat and take a seat. So you can either sit inside, where you can see right on screen now we've got a lovely view of the racetrack, or I'll cut in a second to the original audio. You can actually walk out on the balcony and get a bit of the live experience for yourself. Then as you walk back inside, over on the left hand side, you've got this another amazing sculpture. So it's basically a globe, and it's got the world racetracks in there. So each individual item or piece that you can see, there's actually a circuit layout. So again, really cool stuff, and it's very artistic, but exactly what you'd expect from a Japanese hotel. The front lobby itself then is, again, everything's modelled around race cars. You can see darted around the lobby area across on the lifts. You've got different race cars from different race generations. And then as you walk through into the main restaurant area, so this is like the all-day restaurant. Pretty cool stuff. So like a lobby, you can come by, pop by for drinks, also grab something to eat. The pizza is absolutely to die for. You need to try that, especially if you're vegetarian. The margarita pizza is awesome. You've got that beautiful view of Mount Fuji. So we were very lucky to be able to see this, especially with the snow at the top. We found out it's actually only there for a few months in the year, so very lucky for us. Throughout the restaurant, it started with, again, motorsport memorabilia. So you can see some turbo housings there, some rotors, brake discs, and lots of other fine detail just darted all around. You've then got the main restaurant in the evening, so the Oyama restaurant. So this is really cool. You do have to pre-book because seating's very limited here, but really nice selection of fish. So we really thoroughly enjoyed that. Again, you can see motorsport memorabilia literally everywhere that you look. But here, what's cool about this restaurant is they cook the food right in front of you. So literally fresh ingredients everywhere. It's on display, and then the chef selects it and then basically cook it for you there and then. So the whole experience is very intimate, and like I said, it does get filled up quickly, so make sure you book in advance. Some more fun memorabilia laid out here. So this is actually kitchen cutlery laid out in the format of a race grid. So you can see, as you would on a racetrack, you would come and line your car up just like so, and park within there. So really creative designs throughout. This is the private area of the restaurant, so again you can book it out if you needed to. Just thought it's worth throwing in here in case you guys are going there for functions or anything similar. And just before continuing the rest of the tour, it was time to fuel up. So we actually took water here, so it's fresh water, and it's actually pumped in from Mount Fuji, would you believe it? So really cool stuff the way all of this is hooked up. So there's Mount Fuji in the background, and we're effectively drinking the water.
Something cool is, look, we're on the 5th floor, so it's actually showing that you're in 5th gear. So I really like these little touches that they've got going on in the hotel. And look down here, they've got a little Fuji Speedway truck letting you know that the housekeeping's in attendance. Pretty cool stuff. Let's let ourselves in. And this is the room. So, obviously as you can see, we've got this circuit room view. It's a king room, so obviously you've got the bed, etc. But I'm just going to go straight out here because this looks absolutely amazing. So we're actually fortunate that there's some track activity going on. So let me see if we can do this. Right guys, so as you can see behind me we've got the car situation going on. So really nice and loud. Hopefully you can hear me. But if you like this kind of stuff, make sure you get the circuit view. It's just, I'm fortunate enough, I'm here on a Friday, literally just touched down and there's racing action going on, so yeah, so far so good. What we'll do now is at 3 o'clock, we're going to have the tour around the rest of the hotel, so I'll take you guys along for the ride and show you what else this hotel's got to offer. We've got a flat screen telly, nice little sit down area over here, and over here you've got your minibar action, so there's a minibar in there just as you'd expect. Again, really nice touches there. So you've got a poster up there about the DeLorean, and then you've got a nice little outline of the Fuji Speedway track itself. So all of this looks really nice. Then of course the bed itself is a king size. The sink areas looks pretty nice, and then you've got a standalone bathtub and shower area. So really premium stuff. So far, absolutely amazed with this. Then you've got this closet area over here, in which you have these are basically where, if you're going to the spa, gym, wherever, you can basically put that stuff on. Attention to detail. Look at these little slip-on socks they give you, or not sure what you quite call them, but the slip-on stuff. Checkered flag, just to remind you that you're in a race hotel. And then finally down here, this is a lovely little touch. Again, just really showing how exquisitely the hotel's been put together. And I guess guys, this is just how Japanese people do. Just really impressed with the little tiny touches that they've done. I wonder if I can take those on. So in here, you've got the isolated toilet, so it's separate from the bathroom and the shower, which is pretty cool. It has got some gizmos on there, but literally I've just landed in Japan, so I'm unsure how to use those, so I'm not going to try and demonstrate it before I make an absolute fool of myself. And just here very quickly guys, hello, it's me again. This bit's really cool, so it's like your toiletries but in a Tamiya kit format, so almost the same way that you would snap your little bits of plastic off. That's how this is set up. So again, paying homage to the Japanese heritage and the Tamiya company in this instance. Really cool attention to detail. This is the suite room, so you actually get a living room as well as your bedroom over here. Again, this is a circuit view room, so predominantly the focus is on the circuit, but look at this is pretty cool stuff guys. Separate room, this is obviously twin beds, but great if you've got kids etc and you're coming down with them. And then yeah, you've got the circuit view, Got some Super GT cars going around, just around there. It looks really, really cool. So literally as you walk in, you're greeted with, well, a dedicated seating area, but I'll show you in a second now one of the coolest features about this. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, if you've got a car that you've hired out here, you can actually bring it in. That's your own parking garage or garage, and basically as you pull it in here, you've got a nice little glass view, nice window that you can basically have a look at your car if you're very vain like me. So something for all petrol heads, especially if you're hiring a car. Consider this Villa Suite. Let's go and look at the restaurant room quickly. Again, some really, really nice TV setups, again some nice wall art, etc. Really nice living area, just like there was in the suite that we showed you a second ago. You've then got this dinner area as well. So this being a villa, you can obviously self-cook if you want to. Got a nice little dinner area, little kitchen as well.
So as we make our way into the fitness center, which is actually in a separate building, but it's all interconnected anyway, you do have a Japanese onsen, which is really cool. So it's a natural spa, water coming in from basically Mount Fuji opposite. You've got a swimming pool and then a gym, but we can only show you the gym obviously for privacy reasons. So gym is normal state-of-the-art stuff that you'd expect, but over in the corner they've got this really cool thing which I definitely recommend. You can probably see it right there on screen, guys. It's the driving simulator, full-on rig with Mount Fuji Speedway.
So 4563, the actual length of the race circuit, and then if you pay attention, this actually looks like a odometer. So you've got your digits on the right hand side going up slowly, and then your kilometers or your miles over on the left hand side. And I believe this looks like carbon fiber as well, so really, really awesome attention to detail.
So all that's left now, guys, literally as promised, this is the Fuji Motorsport Museum. So discounted tickets available from the front desk of the hotel. It's roughly around, I think from memory, around 250 yen. So it's dirt cheap anyway. But classics along the bottom. Each car has its own story, so I really encourage you to read those. For example, this silver Mercedes here, it was a race car that was actually overweight, and they actually used paint stripper to take the paint off to get it under regulations and get it passed. So every car's got a lot of history behind it. Really cool to check out. In the evening, it's open till roughly about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So as and when you've got free time, it's always good to do that. On the second floor, you've actually got some of the more modern cars from the 90s, and then you've got this Subaru Impreza that was actually driven by Colin McRae. And then the eager Gran Turismo fans amongst us will recognise this car almost immediately. It is, of course, the Castrol Tom's Supra. So I personally could not believe I was actually seeing this with my eyes after having played Gran Turismo growing up as a kid for hours and hours. Even on the latest Gran Turismo 7, this car's actually there as a Legends car, so it's really cool to actually see it in the flesh. And then if that wasn't enough, guys, here you've got the Pennzoil Nissan Skyline. So again, if you're Gran Turismo, you already know what you're looking at right now. It's absolute JDM legend cars here in the flesh. Super GT cars. Of course, you've then got normal cars like the NSX as well, which is really nice. And then this HKS Mark V Supra, which is really, really cool. I've not filmed everything in the hotel, guys, especially in the museum, as I do want some of this to still be a surprise to you guys. But I'll leave the last thing that I filmed here on the Mazda Le Mans car. So you'll see the little speaker on the floor as you walk up to it. Right guys, so that's pretty much it. I hope you've enjoyed that. Like I said, apologies, I'm absolutely shattered. Literally just landed a few hours ago, and from Tokyo straight down to Mount Fuji. That in itself was a bit of an adventure, getting the Shinkansen. But yeah, the hotel's been absolutely great. It's been everything I could have expected it to be. You've got a racetrack on one side, and then you've got beautiful scenery on the other side with the Mount Fuji. So depending on where you're going to eat, etc., you can pick your views. Just wanted to say a special thank you to Ria Haruka for basically helping us out. So helping us out with the whole booking, fantastic. Speaks really, really good English. So for those of you who are a bit scared coming to Japan for your first time, don't worry, she's really, really good and can help you with all of your queries, down to how the hell do I get from the airport to here, what's the quickest way. So I use a JR pass. I'm sure you'll be familiar with that if you're looking to visit. So she was very helpful with getting us the right route, etc. And a special thank you to the hotel for organising our next video, which you're going to see is a track experience on Fuji Speedway. So something that I never thought was ever possible, but thankfully through contacting the hotel, etc., we've managed to arrange something. So I'll touch on how you can do that for yourself as well in the next video. But for now, hope you found the tour useful. Let me know, are you thinking of staying here? Has anything specific in the video caught your eye? But that's all for now, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.